Trying to forget you. I'm all alone in a ghost town. There's a beautiful madness inside my soul, and I can't stop thinking of you.
Hi.
Walking on the lonely island, you. Are you? Are you? Are you? My love so wild.
Hi, hello Homer. How are you today?
I'm great. How about you?
I'm doing great too. Thank you for asking. Let me see. Okay. All right. So, do you have breakfast for this morning?
Yes, obviously.
What did
The
you
most
have for
important meal.
breakfast? Ooh, yeah. What did you have for breakfast?
Fried rice.
Oh, fried
Yeah.
rice. Okay,
Yeah.
like you cook it yourself or you go to a restaurant?
No. My parents cooked it.
Oh, so you live with your parents?
Yes.
Really, you do? Amazing, right? So, like, you have been living with your parents since ages.
Yeah, since I was born, I guess.
Ooh,
There,
right.
there was like a period of time when I was working in another province. So I lived in a dormitory, but I still went home at weekends.
Uh,
But
oh,
most of the time in my life, I lived with my parents.
ooh, that's awesome to know. I lived far away from my parents. Like, it's actually my mother. It's about like 25 kilometers, but I rarely came home to visit her. So, like once in a year, yeah, I guess in Tet holiday for special holidays only. So, yeah, I'm not sure whether I'm a good son or not. My mother should be very unfortunate to have me as her son. I must say that. Yeah, for sure.
No.
For sure.
No.
Right.
Don't say that.
All right. So now let's moving on to our meeting today. So basically, as we had discussed before, that we would talk about the technology topics, and because of that, I prepared a couple of topics for us to debate on. The process, I think, is like we choose a topic and we will discuss on it like for 30-45 minutes, I guess so, or even
We
less,
choose the
like
topic, or we
15
choose the
minutes.
side. We choose the topic, or we choose the
First the
side of an
topic.
argument.
Yeah, first the topic, then the sides of the argument. Yeah. So and then we also had a kind of the general background and a kind of some kind of a agreement, I must say, about describing or talking about the topic, so that we know where we're gonna head to. So it's mean, like, for example, if we talk about like all cars should be electric, we should say we should say the same vision, that because like we for the benefits of the humanity. So for example, like that's whatever we say, it should be like for the betterment of the humanity. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Right.
great.
So far so good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's moving on. So here's some first. Here's some of the question. Do you want to choose randomly, or we just go through it like in order?
Whatever. I mean,
Whatever.
yeah.
So let's give it a try first. Like let's go right like one by one first, and then maybe later we can.
Should we have like a time limit for each topic, or should we just go with the flow as long as we run out of ideas?
Flow. Yeah. I think like we will go with the flow as long as we want to say, but only talk about like when we start the argument, we just focusly talking on a certain idea. So for example, we will fully develop that idea to the point that we would have nothing to say about that idea. Then
Okay.
we continue.
Okay, got it.
All right. So let me write it down first so that we make sure. Like first, we have some general background and agreement. Then we will choose size. Each side will say, and then we will. So the second, the second person who say about that idea, will have the chance to rebut that the previous idea. Do you think so?
Wait. Hold on. You
So
told me that we present our ideas first, and then we have
yes.
our argument later.
Now,
So
let's for example,
yeah.
like for example, you're gonna be the first one A, I'm gonna be the second one B. So in the first round, A gonna develop, A gonna say the idea and then develop it fully, right?
Yeah.
And then B gonna be the second one who also have the chance to give some rebut before give his like argument, right? And as always fully developed, and then A gonna be able to like give some supporting idea if like he say he think that the argument of the B gave out is a little bit flawed. Yeah.
Defend your opinion, right?
Yeah. Depend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
And then we continue like that. B rebut, give argument, and so we're gonna say until we cannot say anything more. We have nothing new to say. All right.
Okay.
So
got it.
So far so good.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go. Let's start. You choose first. I will follow.
All cars should be electric. Okay, that's a good idea.
It's a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, let's say. Okay.
So I think that we are living in a world where we are facing a great deal of environmental issues, and I think that some environmental challenges that are seemingly insurmountable, such as air pollution. It is really damaging the Earth's atmosphere. So I think that there should be a solution to solve all of these issues. And I think that the most viable answer to this problem is, electric cars. They are a viable vehicle to replace, petrol-driven cars that are releasing, millions, tons of carbon emissions into the atmosphere. So I think that in the future, electric car should be our answer to tackle this issue, because it is extremely environmentally friendly, and on top of that, electric cars is really energy. No, I would say that it is really cheap to operate. I mean, it is cheaper to charge your battery than buying, petrol. So that are the two biggest advantages that I can come up with. First, it is cheap, and second, it is environmentally friendly. That can help us to solve our environmental problems. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here. Thank you for this. All right. So, okay. So we also talk about the betterment for the humanity, right? Humanity. All right. And this is something that I just jotted down from your idea. All right. So this is now come to me. So you just mentioned two arguments, and like both of them, I'm not really like keen on those kind of ideas. I must say that I'm not a big fan of those kind of ideas, not because they are not attracting when you presented it, but because like they all flawed. So for the first one, you said that producing the electric cars will be able, we will be able to reduce the environmental issues such as the carbon dioxide, but that's not true at all, because when we produce the electric cars, it's just another way for us to export the electric cars, export the carbon dioxide to another countries. For example, when you develop or when you build up in electric cars, you have to have what? Batteries. So how can you make the batteries? You have to through a very sophisticated process to be and that process will release much more carbon dioxide than using the petrol driven cars that you just mentioned alone. And the scientists have proved that is carbon dioxide footprint is much more than using the petrol driven cars. And that's that's the first thing. The second thing, you told me that that it will be very cheap to operate the let's say kind of this kind of I want to use the word the chains of procedures, but to me it's not true at all, because like the initial installation really costs a lot of money, and it means like we have to build up all the necessary infrastructure to support for the electric cars, including like electric stadium and those kind of related facilities. And to me, that's not cheap at all. That's the reason why only in the developed country like USA or China can really put the plan into the reality. In Vietnam, we are living in a developing countries, and you can see that even though that this is an tempting idea, but the fact that the government really try forward to this plan, but we still didn't move an inch in this plan at all. So that is two things that I can think of. So let's talk about my side. I believe like using some kind of alternative energy.
Hold on. Can I like define my ideas? Can I?
Yes,
yeah,
you can.
before jumping to your ideas.
Yes, you can.
I think it would be more straightforward, because if we have like a lot of ideas, and then it's really hard to counter. Okay.
Yeah, actually, we so that's the reason why we should only say one idea at a time, so that one idea, one rebut, and then give the other idea. So that's easier to control. Yeah.
Okay, so you told me that the process of developing producing or manufacturing an electric car can be really can yield a lot of like carbon emissions, right? So do you think that like in the lifespan of electric car, in a lifespan of a petrol driven car, the carbon emissions that it produces is bigger than the carbon emissions during the manufacturing process of an electric car? Do you think that?
I believe that this really depends on the models you are talking about, also the technology that we apply to produce those kinds of vehicles. But to me, it's not just about like the amount of carbon dioxide that we release into the air. It's also about like when you say the word producing the electric cars, it doesn't mean that it's gonna be like zero carbon dioxide. It's not gonna be like that, because we're gonna have to export the carbon dioxide to another countries, like developing countries, say Vietnam or like in India. Why? Because like those kind of countries will be responsible to make up like batteries and facilities, those kinds of the supporting constituents for the car. And the problem here is, it's mean like that kind of process release a lot of carbon dioxide to the country.
Hold on. I think that in terms of technology, the only process of producing an electric car that harms the environment is manufacturing the battery, right? And every other parts are pretty similar to manufacturing a petrol-driven car. Do you agree with me?
I'm no expert in this kind of car manufacturer.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what I can
But
say, like from my common sense, then yeah, that makes sense. All right.
yeah,
Yeah. So
because the only difference is the battery and
mm,
the petrol tank, right? So everything else is pretty similar. You all have like every part of a car, like dashboard, hood, and engine. Yeah, they are all
mm.
pretty similar. So the only difference is the battery and the petrol uh, tank, right? So
It's really hard to say yes or no. We are no expert in that. So maybe like you cannot say like the difference between a laptop the laptop of Apple and the laptop of Intel is that the only difference is the chip. That
no,
doesn't make
no.
sense at all. Yeah, it's also the procedure, like so many things included in that. So even unless we have enough information that we can
Oh
confirm
my
that
God.
okay, that's the correct answer. Yeah, but
Oh,
from my common sense, I will agree with you. But I will
yeah.
not let my common sense to disguise me, to make me feel like okay, this is for sure, it's 100% correct. It's really hard to
Okay,
say that
okay,
100% correct. Yeah, but yeah, I kind of agree with you. Maybe.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Uh, so do you think like using a petrol-driven car like in 20 or 25 years can yield more carbon emissions than producing literally a battery for a car? Because I know that a battery can contain a lot of heavy metal, and the act of exploiting, turning heavy metal into a battery
Mm,
can produce quite a lot of waste and
mm,
polluted materials into the environment.
mm,
But do you think that the the amount of waste from the
mm,
producing process of a battery
mm,
can harm the environment more than the lifespan of using a petrol-driven car, like
mm,
20 or 25 years, and when you use it
mm,
every day
mm,
and you yield
mm, mm,
carbon
mm,
emission every day? Do you
mm,
think
mm,
that
mm.
the impact is greater?
Yeah, what you're gonna say is that I understand what you say is that like the accumulated amount of carbon dioxide during the
Mhm,
usage
mhm,
process.
mhm,
Um, but like on my debate, I'm gonna say like you can take it like this way. How about a maintenance procedure? How about like during the time you use the electric cars, it doesn't mean that you're not gonna use like replace your battery. Does it mean that you're not gonna maintain it at all? Not gonna go undergo any like maintenance process? And during that process, do you think that we will not create any carbon dioxide? To me, that's a no, because like the like the electric battery, just like the other kind of devices, will have its lifespan, and the
yeah,
more we use it, yeah, the faster we have to replace it. So it's just a matter of fact, like if we think, like the human being think that this process will be environmentally friendly to so the car is used the car that they use is environmentally friendly, they're gonna use it more. They're gonna be okay, it's cheaper, and so that they can drive it more because of they are less environmentally responsible for the car that they use, so that they can increase the trips, or they can like drive more because they can enjoy it. um that's the two things that I can think of right now. But the point here is that as long as the maintenance procedures during the process of using the car still there, and as long as the people would still, the demand of traveling still increase, uh, then it's nonsense to say that the accumulative amount of carbon dioxide between two cars is different. I don't think so. So
Okay, so obviously I understand that the battery will get worse over time when you increase the usage every day. But
yes.
I mean, I mean, um, even if you say so, I believe that a battery for a car has a longer lifespan than any other, digital devices. So let's say a smartphone, you only have to replace the battery of a smartphone over 4 or 5 years, right? So I don't think that they would replace a battery of a car like in a short period of time. They would have longer lifespan, like 7 or 8 years at least. Yeah, because it's a very expensive car, and people can just like buy a car that they have to replace batteries frequently. Yeah, it's not very convenient to do that, and otherwise it costs a lot of money. So no one wants to buy a car that they have to pay like annual fees on 2 or 3 years. They have to pay a huge amount of money just to replace a battery. Yeah, because they already pay like a high amount of money for when they buy a car. And okay, apart from that, even if they want to increase the use of a car, they want to use the car more frequently, I don't think it is possible, because with the explosion of population, and I think that the road doesn't allow people to travel regularly, right? Nowadays, you whenever you go out, you have the possibility of get stuck in traffic or get caught up in traffic. So even if you want to travel more, then it's not possible to do that. Yeah.
Okay. So here are some of your points here. All right. So with this, let's talk about the first side, that the ultimate purpose of first is to better off the future of humanity. And by saying so, I would say that if you're talking about like using an electric car is like really expensive, then I don't think that the usage of the electric car will become popular at all in the future. Quite opposite, I believe that the more the technology become, the better the better price gonna be. So they may reduce certain kind of necessary I'm not sure about that, but the price of the car in the past used it's cost 10 times than the car at the moment, and based on that I
Really?
believe, yes, of course, like just like you can think about that,
No, I
like
don't
I'm,
think
I'm
so.
talking about it relatively,
No, no.
okay. So for example, if you buy if you had a motorbike, uh, it's an old version motorbike, then that at that time that motorbike, I remember the name of it is Phượng Hoàng Đỏ, something some kind like that. So at that time the price of the motorbike can cost like you can buy like it's gonna be like uh, um, 3 bar of gold. So with that 3 bar of gold, that you can buy two like hectare of land. So with that 2 hectare of land, how much money is gonna you're
No.
gonna be able to have to use it? So I'm talking about the relative. I'm talking about the relative power money that you have to pay for a car or something like that. So when you so what why do I talk about it? Because I believe that in order to make the car become popular among the people, then the manufacturer had to come up with a many way and tactics to reduce the price, and somehow it's gonna be to the point they have to compromise between the quality of the car with the price, which is the leading factor to the decision of the customers. So because of that, I believe that in the future, the price gonna be reduced, and when the price gonna be reduced, then it's not gonna be the biggest obstacle for them, for the users to change the car that they want. Not just talking about that they can use it more often, and as a result that they can leading to the carbon dioxide emission into the air. So that's the first point that I made. The second point that you talk about, like the population is on the burst. So we can easily get caught in the traffic jams, and this idea I don't believe, I don't agree with it. I also, because the traffic jam is only a prevalent phenomenon in big cities like Ho Chi Minh City or Hanoi capital. But comparing to those kind of city, my living place, which is Binh Phu province, the problem of getting caught by the traffic jam is it's unusual at all. And you might say, okay, I'm living in a far away area, in a remote area. So what do you think about with the development of infrastructure that the government nowadays is like pouring a huge buckets on developing more roads, more like satellite cities around Ho Chi Minh City? The life there gonna be much more comfortable, bigger road, so less better traffic, and they will shorten the time that the commuter have to spend on the way to work. And thanks to that, the population in the big cities gonna be reduced. I mean, it will make the situation become better. Like you can live in Minho, which is 10 kilometers away from Ho Chi Minh City, but you can travel to Ho Chi Minh City by your car, and it will not kind of an uneasy experience. It's just like a common phenomenon in developed country like USA. People live in the suburb and work in a city like New York. Those kind of things is kind of normal in the big city, in the kind of developed country. Vietnam is on the way to that kind of process, I believe so. Oh, so why I have to say two of this kind of argument? Because it will prove that the demand of people for traveling will not reduce, and the cost of the car will be reduced for sure, so that it will be more affordable for the consumers, and as a result they will be able to use more or even purchase more for the one that they like. So that doesn't make sense at all when you say that it will not reduce the carbon dioxide when you just buy one only. Now, so you want to rebut something?
Okay, so first of all, you are comparing the price of a car to gold. But I think that gold is not the common thing to compare price. You must compare the price by money, right? Because gold, the price of a gold fluctuates different according to time, over the time, right? So you cannot say, oh, I buy a car 20 years ago with 3 pieces of gold, but now the gold, the price of a gold increases remarkably, but the car remains quite stable. So it is actually the price of a car is reducing. I don't think so. You must put money is, you must use money is as a common thing to compare any prices. Okay, so let's take iPhone as an example. 10 years ago, you could buy an iPhone 3 with $300. But now it increases to $1,100. Yeah, so actually the price is going up. Yeah, I agree with you that they will come up with the manufacturers will come up with ways to reduce the price of their product, but it's not only but it's not for the benefit of the users, but it's only that they want to make more profits, right? So there's no way that cars in the future will become like a common thing when people who don't have any money can buy it. Yeah, so I don't think so. We still have like expensive cars. And secondly, you say that in the future traffic will become better. I cannot agree with that, because you see in the past, traffic jam was never a problem, was never an issue, because a lot of people used they because a lot of people didn't have access to personal vehicles. They didn't use motorbike, they didn't use cars to travel to work. They use public transports. But now, since everyone has money, for an average person can have money to buy personal vehicles, so the traffic jam becomes even worse. And you see, in the past, traffic jam was not a problem, and now traffic jam was a problem. And you think that in the future they will come up with ways to reduce the problem? I don't think so. I think that it will become continuously worse than it used to be, because more people will have access to personal vehicles. And even though you say that governments are putting a lot of money to invest in the infrastructures to make more road, to make more ways for people to travel, but I think that it is not enough to accommodate the increasingly demand for traveling. So I think that the traffic will become worse and worse in the future, and there's no way that people can travel by cars more frequently. And even in remote areas, you say that in remote areas traffic jam is not a problem, but I think that in the future it will become a problem, because when everyone has access to a car, you can see that in many countryside in Vietnam, they go to the city, they have money, they earn money, and they buy cars. So the life of remote areas are getting better. People know how to earn money. So when they have access to cars, then traffic jam will become a problem in even remote areas. And in the future, I think that remote areas will become like a developing region. Yeah, they can turn into a city, a small city, and then gradually they become a big cities. Yeah, that is like the process of the development. And you cannot say that, oh, this is like a remote areas, and then 20 or 30 years in the next 20 or 30 years it will still be a remote areas and no one will buy a car there. It's not impossible, it's not possible. So yeah, that is my my argument.
Okay. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. Okay, so for the first thing, you just say that talking about the price of the gold and the price of those kinds of the measurement that I put in my argument. However, because it is out of the topic, we're not talking about the money, we're talking about the technology. It's also, it doesn't serve the final purpose, which is to better the future of humanity. So I will not talk about it anymore. Hopefully that you can understand. And the only thing that I can say is just the appreciation of the money that you spent. We make the value of something become lesser. So that is the only thing that I can say now. So let's talk about the thing that you talk that you just mentioned, which is about the traffic. I'm pretty sure about the future of that the traffic, the problem of the traffic is not gonna be like disappear one day, because like the demand of people for traveling is still increased, especially in the cities, big cities, metropolitans, those kinds of areas. However, what I was saying is that we human being or the government, we are able to alleviate the problem by many methods, one of which is using or building up satellite cities in which people can travel longer in order to stay away from getting stuck in the traffic jam. But this idea also doesn't better off the humanity also. I mean, in terms of technological development. So I want to talk back to the point when you mentioned the thing that the electric cars is a superior option comparing to the petrol driven vehicles, and I told at one point I agree that it will be more friendly environmentally to the place or to the area that the user drive that car in. For example, you are the one in the USA, you drive an electric car, it's gonna be okay for the environment in your country. But how about in the country that produced the car, like Vietnam? We produce a battery of the cars, so we are the one who will bear the consequence of producing those kind of heavy carbon dioxide emission. So because of that, I believe that instead of talking about like only taking the electric cars as is like the top notch and the best solution for us to like develop to better off the future of the next generation. How about making the current fuel driven vehicles become like more friendly, more environmentally friendly? Like I'm not pretty sure because as you can see, like I'm no expert in this manufacturing industry, but I totally believe that like we because like this industry have been there for like decades, 100-200 years ago, since like 18th that 18th centuries, I believe so, that the first time that Henry Ford introduced the car manufacturing assembly to the world, that the demand for the car and also like the number of the cars in the earth like make a pivot change. So since that time, I believe that petrol car manufacturers industry have been in the earth for more than 200 years. So it has more information and it has more space to like to work on, to develop the next technology to reduce the number of carbon dioxide released into the air. I believe that it's not gonna be like zero carbon dioxide free for it. No, it's not gonna be like that. But at least it's gonna reduce the price, and and because like we are using the kind of those kind of automobiles, that we are able to like the government will be able to take it as an excuse to raise the tax bar for the user. For example, instead of just buying the car, then you have to pay for the like the environmental consequence that the car can cause. And thanks to that amount of money, the government can have a certain budget to do the other thing, like build more trees and which will contribute to the environmental biological balance. That is the thing that I'm looking for, the more money to do the other thing that solve that will set off of the emission of we reduce the carbon dioxide. We have more and we have better way to reduce the carbon dioxide instead of like just focus on the car itself.
Okay. Okay, so I think that we should be done our argument here and move on to your ideas. Yeah, because I don't want to like keep arguing over
actually like
one point.
I think this is a great thing, but because like as from the beginning we set up like only 30 minutes, and now we only have 7 minutes left. So I believe that actually I just mentioned all of the. Okay, so now let's go to my ideas. I just said my idea, which is like we can use the petrol cars, and then with that kind of amount of money that we can use it for another purpose environmentally, such as like planting more trees and making the world become a better place. Such as like kind of we can have a fun. We can have fun for the scientists to investigate, to study more, to study and to develop the next technology, so that they can have an incentive to like pay for their research, and at the end, like the technology and like the science.
Okay. Hold on, I'm not very clear.
Okay, what?
Where do you get that money? Can you say that again?
The tax, because like
tax on what?
because you use the petrol or driven automobiles, which is considered as an environmental it will cause an environmental problems. And because of that, you will have some certain excuses to tax the user. It's very fair. Okay, you use a car. This car will cause harm to this country, and because of that, we as a country can raise the tax. Like as Vietnam, the tax is pretty high. On the fuel, on the car, when you buy a car, and also when you buy fuel. Those kind of tax, the government will have more space, more budget to work on the humanitarian purpose, such as I mentioned. Okay, with that money, they can do more good thing. How about so you can say that, okay, but if I have an electric car, I can raise the amount of money. Because like I don't know, like I have to pay that money. I still pay that money. But if you pay that, it's still the same thing. Like when you pay that money, you pay for what? You pay for the country that produced the car. How like still that money it doesn't benefit your country at all. Yeah. So that's my point.
Okay, so well, in my opinion, if you introduce a huge amount of tax on cars,
we are still under a huge amount of tax.
No.
Environmental tax, like using the petrol. You know that like the producing cost of the petrol in Vietnam is just 13,000.
Yeah,
but
I know
with
that.
the tax, the 20,000-30,000, we are much higher than the other countries.
But do you think that with the current situation, those amount of taxes are working? Because we still like have a lot of like extreme weather events in America, in Vietnam. Yeah, like recently, like a really massive storm just hits the central Vietnam. Do you think that that amount of tax is still working by growing more trees, by investing in research?
Mm.
Do you think that it is still working?
Okay, got it. So your question is, do I think is it working? Is this the question itself is like is flawed, because like you say, like, do you think that like saving the person who is on the way to die is working? Okay, we're not gonna do like that, right? It means like we know that if we do like that, people will have more money, the government will have more money to like control and to manipulate the country. It is the country, this is the government who, whether they want to use that money in a good way or not. You cannot say that, okay, in Vietnam, it is they are not using it effectively, so we shouldn't use it in New Zealand, in America, and those kind of things. This country, every country are different from the other countries, and because of that, do I think is it working? What country that are you talking about? Which one? Vietnam, America, or what? And you are asking me about that. Okay, so the climate change, like still out there with the greenhouses effect. The problem is that car itself, the carbon dioxide from the car itself doesn't cause it isn't the main cause of the warm like the warm temperature, the warmer temperature of the earth.
It's actually
It's
the
not
main
the
reason.
only one. It's not the only one at all. It's
Then what else
also
do you
about
think?
you producing, like when you raising, building the castle. Do you like, have you ever do you ever investigate about the amount of carbon dioxide from raising the castle and
Raising a castle? What do you mean?
yeah,
Cattle.
cattle, right? Raising the cattle, right?
Raising cattle
No.
can yield carbon emission?
Oh my gosh, a lot, because like they will need a great space
Yeah.
to eat, right? So it means like you have to cut down a lot of trees first. Then you can, like with the I want to say that the shit, like those kinds of things, it will release it's release carbon dioxide.
Release carbon dioxide. No, you got the wrong idea. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, so I will read again. Maybe I got wrong. It's just normal thing. But if if I can,
is really vital
no,
to
just a
protect the
shit.
environment.
You know, it's a lot of things. It's a lot of things. Like you still have to sacrifice a big amount of land for the first thing. And when you like the cattle, right? The cattle, they breed in that bed out, like with a huge amount of cattle in a small area, they breed in and breed out, they will create more carbon dioxide. So the cattle, raising cattle also is the main source of carbon dioxide. What else? Like forest, like deforestation and conflammation of the forest. There's so many ways, so many reasons that contributed to the carbon dioxide emission increase as a whole. So you cannot say that this is the main thing. If you can send me any articles that this is the main thing, like more than 50% of emission coming from the car, then then we can talk about that. But from my knowledge, this is not more. There are so many reasons.
Okay, so
yeah.
Okay, so
that's right.
Because this is like an argument just to practice English, so I don't want to like you know So knowledge is definitely not our big problem, but I can pretty confident to say that carbon emissions from vehicles are the main problem, are the main cause to lead to global warming and extreme weathers. I'm pretty sure to say that. Yeah.
I know one channel. Let's watch a video of that channel. It's gonna cost us like 3 to 5 minutes. At least we have more knowledge about this. Do you agree? Do you not, in a nutshell? Because I remember I have watched this video once before. So I just what I just mentioned is just the thing that I learned from this video, or maybe like I just mistaken some information. Carbon dioxide, right? Like, who is the more responsible for climate change? Do you agree to watch with me?
Okay, so let's have it very briefly because because this is like a speaking session.
Yeah.
To gain insights.
So here I will send you the link. You will you can watch it on your own. 5 minutes later we can do it our own. Okay, we can come back and then say about what we withdraw from the video.
Okay.
Because I have
hold on. Hold on. So
What?
maybe leave it another time. We just move on to another topic. Yeah.
Okay.
Because
It's okay.
The main purpose is not to know who is right and who is wrong, right? The main purpose is to support your ideas, the ability to support your ideas. Yeah. So if that is your support, then I appreciate it. Yeah.
Okay. So just not sure, just not because like I want to persuade you, and okay, it's just because I read about it and you didn't believe me that okay, this is the man responsible. But because I'm no expert, and they are more scientists who did the research before and telling you and me that that it is raising cattle, breeding cattle is the main the main culprit of releasing the carbon dioxide into the air. So that I just repeated. So hopefully that it makes sense.
Yeah, but even if you say so, it is really difficult to reduce the number of cattle on the field because they are the main food supply, right? But
that's another topic. I think like in the future, like when we talk about it, those kind of topics.
Okay.
Like kind of food or something like that. Maybe we can think about that. All right, so with that, then let's come back with the last 30 minutes. We will talk about the technology relevant questions. So here, this part, we will talk. We will have 3 parts. Part 1, 2, 3. I would like to have some. Do you think like we need some warm up talking about part 1, or we can go directly to part 2, 3?
Part 2 and 3.
Okay, so with that, here, the topic with this is that this one.
But this is like another topic, not the topic of technology.
Yeah, it's about technology. So with that, like we have, so I think it's gonna be like this. This is my suggestion. Like each of us gonna have like 1 minute to prepare, and then we will have like 2 minutes to present our idea each. And then I believe I think that we can go after we finish our part 2. Then we will the other person will ask 2 questions. Among part 3, among 4 questions in part 3, and then when the person, let's call that person is A, finished his answer, then the person in B gonna tell that what does he feel about his answer, and I'm the one who support the ideas of using some kind of measurement. So do you have any kind of scale to assess our speaking skill based on that?
No, I don't think it works because I don't think I am good enough to give you any good advice. So I think that we should feel flexible and comfortable presenting our ideas. And
Okay.
if you have like another interesting ideas, or if you find my answer, sometimes some areas that need to improve, just speak to me. But don't tell me that something like oh, you should use this expression, or you should use this fancy advanced vocabulary. I think that it's not the main purpose. I want to feel very confident speaking, very confident and comfortable presenting my speech. So yeah.
On the one hand, I don't I don't believe that I'm qualified enough to suggest you certain kind of vocabulary, because from my understanding, then your vocabulary already impressive. So yeah, I'll do my best in terms of trying to understand what you say, and then here, please wait a second.
Just
Right.
evaluate the logic in my answer. So if it's like well connected, or it is very inconsistent,
Yes.
I think that is the main purpose.
Yes.
You need to make sense of what you are saying.
I also focus only on that, solely on that, because like I try, as I was saying, the only thing I will try to do is try to understand your answer. So don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah. So here is the form that I will use, and then you can consider using it. Like with this, this is the form that I developed, so that we can have some certain criteria to work on here. Yes.
Okay.
So you can give some notes in here. Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, hold on. Let me open it.
Yeah.
This is a very thorough assessment. Yeah. And
just do my best.
And actually, I think that how can I say this? I mean, because this is like a speaking session, I want all of us to expose to more various different topics. So I want to answer as many questions as possible. I want to encounter many different difficult questions, so that I can build my fluency. So I think that your note is really thorough and it is very detailed. So
I got it.
If I like try to detect every single mistakes in your answer, then first of all it can hurt your confidence, and second of all, it is not our purpose, right? Next time when you encounter like a difficult question, then when you make a lot of mistakes, then it's almost impossible to list all of our mistakes. So just I want to feel comfortable speaking the language. So I will give you like a very general mistake, very general comment on your answer. So
all right. Yeah, it still makes sense. All right, so here's my suggestion. Because like talking with you, like you want to like expose to a wide range of kind of difficult question. From my point of view, when we just experienced through the debate, our debate already, like so hard questions already. You asked me so many hard questions. So but I would respect your idea about like a wide range of questions. Because of that, if any questions that you think is so too difficult, but is not covered in our today's section, we can make it for the next one, for the first 5-10 minutes. What did you
Yeah,
say?
I mean, just try to answer part 2 and part 3 questions because it's the only way to improve your speaking abilities. Yeah, don't
Makes sense.
dig deep into like 1 or 2 questions and then give like a lot of feedback, a lot of pointing out a lot of mistakes. I think it doesn't work. Last time.
Can you tell me why?
Yeah, I told you. It first of all, it hurts your fluency.
It's hurt feeling.
Yeah, and second of all, it hurts your confidence and your fluency. If you try to present something and you notice too much on your grammar, on your vocabulary, then it really like damages your flow. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think
I understand what you mean. So as you just said, then you also like expect me to do the same thing, which is like giving you the general comments so that you can focus on delivering the idea, right? Okay, so from me, with your help, I will expect the feedback that you give me is that it could be general, but I prefer the specific one, very specific, very detailed, and it could be hurtful, but I hope that you can give me some suggestion. So it's mean like with this you can like give me some suggestion, like I make the mistake because I'm too much, then you can give me some mistake. Like
I think that you are aware of that. There's no need for me to tell you that. If you hesitate too much, you will be aware of that. And if you make grammatical mistakes, I think that you are aware of that. And I think that there are a lot of people telling us that we make grammatical mistakes, but we still make it. Then there's no point to keep pointing out grammatical mistakes. Yeah. So just try to focus on solving the question. Yeah, in a way, generating your ideas, and support them in a logical way. So otherwise,
what you want to say is that you only want to focus on the fluency and coherence instead of other criteria.
Yeah, that is my idea.
It's okay. So let's working only on the fluency and coherence. I will focus solely on that. Okay, wait a second so that I can prepare for it. All right. Okay, so far so good. All right, so now let's come back. We will, so now we will have a 1 minute for each to prepare for the question, and then now we will have some time to present our idea. So are you good to go now?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. 1 minute for preparation.
Okay.
Oh, wait. I need some time to prepare the tools. All right. So I will set up the time. I will let you know when the time is up, and then we can start. Okay. So now we can start, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So. Oh, I'm sorry. Why is this not related to technology?
Yeah, I told you earlier.
I didn't heard that.
It's not the topic of technology.
Let me see. Because like it's I thought
no question for technology.
Sure.
But it's okay. Just
is it okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, invention. How about invention? Invention that changed the word positive.
It's up to you.
Because like we talk about technology, then let's talk about this one, huh?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's go. Okay, our time is up.
Okay.
Shit, I must say that I couldn't make up my mind to choose a topic for this. So maybe you want to start first.
Okay, great. Can you hit the timer for me?
Yes, of course. Yes. Tell me when you are ready.
Okay, so the invention that, according to me, has a huge impact on the world is definitely the electric cars developed by Elon Musk, who is one of the richest men on this planet. So in case you don't know who Elon Musk is, then he is one of the most admirable entrepreneur. He bought Tesla and SpaceX a few years ago, and at that time both companies were not able to develop a viable product, so they were both on the brink of bankruptcy. So at that time, Elon Musk was able to develop one of the greatest invention, which was an electric car that I think that will help the world to turn into a new era of greeneries. So basically, the car was developed like 10 years ago, and instead of using petrol or fossil fuel, the car run by electric. That is really environmentally friendly and eco-friendly. So you already know that the world that we are living today is facing a great deal of environmental problems that I think appear to be insurmountable. We are facing climate change, global warming, and every year, storm, tornadoes, with destructive scale hits, a lot of areas in the world, and a lot of casualties, a lot of people got injured by these storms. So I think that this electric car could be a viable answer for us to deal with this issue. And in the future, I still believe that Elon Musk will be able to improve the car itself. They will be able to incorporate the autopilot mode, which means that the car can drive itself. So there's no need for drivers. It will definitely reduce the number of accidents, potential accidents on the road. For example, if you get drunk.
Yeah, it's 2 minutes. Yeah, it's more than 2 minutes, but yeah, I know that you are on the move. So yeah, wow. So the first question for you is that what is the most helpful innovation at home? What is the most helpful innovation at home?
Well, among a lot of electronic appliances that are extremely useful at home, I think that the refrigerator could be the greatest one, because it helps us to store foods that can be decayed over time. So I think that food security is a really problem that we are facing. A lot of people are living in poverty right now just because they don't have food. So refrigerator could help to store them in a very good condition, and people can use food, in a long period of time. So yes, for me, it is like it has the most significant impact on how we live and how we survive.
Okay. So what household appliances make us lazy?
Well, I think that with the rapid development of technology, every gadget in our household also play a role in making us lazier. With the automation that we are having right now, people don't have to take care of all the boring household chores. We don't have to clean the house, tidy up our rooms, as because we already have a robot to do that for us. So definitely robot in our house would be the most would be the most important factor that make us lazier, that make us do not want to do our housework. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Mhm.
Well, I must say it's really impressive answer. Especially talking about Elon Musk, like you really enjoy it, because like I can feel that you really enjoy talking
Mhm.
about him, especially many stories, many information related to him. So yeah, that part two is the thing that I was blown away the most. Let's talk about part two. Part two is a little bit I'm a little bit concerned about the word, the food security that you just used, because like you were saying about the food preservation in the what's the word? Okay, in the fridge. So basically, like, yeah,
Food security is not you protect your food. Food security is an ninh lương thực.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. So
Yes.
the problem is that I don't I don't really get it from the food in the fridge and the food security in another country. It's mean like it to me, okay, to me only. I was lost at that because I don't see the connection of it. Even though that you mentioned that, okay, you know that the food security in another country was a kind of big problem, something like that. But to me, it doesn't make sense, because you're talking about the food preservation, what's the word? Preservation, food preservation in your fridge, and then at least you have to give to me like I think like it should be like with this food like if we increase the ability to preserve the food, then we need less food, and with less food we can the nation consume less food, and then the another nation has more food. To me,
No.
that makes sense.
No, that's not my idea. My idea was that this food security is very popular in some countries, in some cultures, right? And a lot of people are living in poverty because
that's my
the
point.
shortage of food. So they need
why?
the refrigerator to store and to keep them to use for a long time. That is my idea. Yeah.
So you've been like
Because
it's been like, because like thanks to the fish, then countries in the kind of
maybe in South America or South Africa,
like it's country which is struggling with starvation will have more food to they will be able
not have
to
more food, but
they will be able to overcome
preserve,
this
preserve food. Yeah, so food will not get decayed over time, right?
But even they to me from a common sense, okay, so because like I was thinking when you're talking about the fridge, to me I'm thinking about something like kind of normal. Is this normal thing in Vietnam, in developed country, a developing country, it's okay. But when you talk about food security, I'm thinking about like a very poor country, like impoverished one. And how can an impoverished one have a fridge? So and that is the point that I got lost. So I from my common sense, okay, it's not it's just a common sense that I didn't see the link between that. I'm not sure about the judge. Okay, to me, I don't get it.
Just
Until
because
you,
just because they don't
until you
have a
say,
fridge, just because they don't have a fridge, so they live in starvation. Yeah, that is my idea. Yeah,
I
because
don't get I don't get it also. They're so poor to be, like they don't got food, so they don't
no,
they starvation because they don't have food to eat, right? So you
no,
say
because
that
their food got decayed. I mentioned earlier, their food got decayed over time. Yeah, so I told you earlier, their food got decayed, it got worse, so it needs something to store them, to store their rice, to keep them away from decaying or other rotten animals.
Why it's
mice,
not
mouse.
why it's not about like the ability to supply the food into the market, like because like the way they do the agricultural things, or the way that they raise food, the fruits, plant trees, or it's just because they too poor to buy food, so that
they already have that agriculture, as you say, but rice and fruits can be rotten, right?
Yeah, to me, like, okay, to be honest to you, I'm really honest to you, that to me it doesn't make sense.
Why?
Because like sorry, maybe like it's just my bad, but to me, like the main reason leads to starvation of food security is not the fridge. It's not like the country which has a fridge will not struggle with
I'm not saying that it's the
starvation.
main reason. I'm not saying that it's the main reason, but I'm saying that with the help of a fridge, you can store food. Yeah. So even you provide food for those countries, then how can they survive? How long can they survive? They need a fridge to store, the food. That is my idea. That is very useful.
Okay, so if next time you can say this one, I think like that's the thing that you should mention first. Like in the like, it's just like the way you say, like you it put like with the country which is struggling with the food security, they don't have the appliances to preserve the food. They are struggling with preserve the food, and because of that, then the fridge is gonna be the best way for them to preserve those kinds of things. Also, now it makes sense. Yeah, it really makes sense to me. Yeah, but because you mentioned the food security first, and then later you mentioned the fridge. So hopefully that
got it.
So let's talk about the next second question. You talk about I really like your answer when you don't really pick out one or two, but really make it's like all of that really make it become lazier to some extent. Robots. To me, I think that you need to be more specific about the robots. What kind of robots specifically, like the cleaning robots, vacuum machine robots, because robots in general is still a general topic, and because of that, the later I really like your first part. Second part, I think it need to be more specific.
I was kind of stuck generating my ideas.
Oh, really? But I think that's a good one. It was a good one, really. There's a word like the turn error of greenery. I'm not sure I heard the right word.
Greeneries.
Greeneries.
Plants,
Greenery.
trees.
Okay. The era of the greenery.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or greener energy. Yeah.
Greener energy. Okay. Okay. Now, thank you. Thank you. Now we now come to me. Describe invention. As I told you that I have no idea for this. So should I proceed or what? Do you want to hear my stupid one? Like this one, I still have no idea to talk about it. So not sure that I can talk much about it really.
No. Yeah. So this is what I really want to talk about, because in the exam room we encounter a lot of expected questions, right?
Oh no.
So I think that we went in the wrong way the first time. We focused too much on vocabulary and grammar instead of fluency and generating ideas. So I think that
sense.
Yeah, I think that lowers our score, because yeah, we went in the wrong way. So I want to deal with every single question. I want to be ready. I want to feel ready every time you ask me, like, any random question. That is the purpose. Yeah.
Okay. But when you talk about the past, we went the wrong way. Like you are mentioning what kind of what kind of a period of time, like this time or before, like when
we had like speaking sections before,
like
together
1 year ago, like 2 years ago. Okay.
When we practice together, because every time when we answer a question, we have the habit of pointing out every single mistake. So I mean,
I think like time
it lessens. Yeah, it lessens the amount of time to answer a lot of questions, a lot of other questions, to get exposed to different topics.
Yeah, makes sense.
So is the exam room. So when you are given this question, and you cannot say, "Oh, I don't have."
I gotta keep up. Oh my gosh, so hard.
Yeah.
So what should I do now?
Trying to focus on idea generation and the flexibility, the confidence when you face a question. Yeah.
Makes sense. All right. So now I have no idea. Should I can you give me 1 more minute so that if I have some idea to talk about it, I will let you know. If not, then we can go directly to part 3. What do you think?
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. All right.
1 minute or 2 minutes is okay.
Yes. Let me see. Oh, time's up, right?
Okay. Are you ready?
Not at all. Well, I'll try my best then. Yes. So
Go ahead.
I'm gonna be completely honest to you that this is not the question that I'm looking for. So I have thought about so many inventions in the world which has been made until now. But the only thing I can think of is the electric cars. Actually, back in the time when I was working as a teacher in my English center, at that time I was kind of making a certain amount of money. So I would like to go ahead and consider buying a car for myself. At that time, I have gone through so many options, but the only thing that attracted my attention was the car which was made by VinFast, one of the top leading car manufacturer in Vietnam. The interesting part of this car is that it is an electric car. And then I dive deeper to know more about how human beings can be better thanks to like using the electric cars, as well as what is the features that electric cars can provide. And to me, it is quite interesting that this is such a groundbreaking ideas, because electric vehicles can reduce the amount of carbon footprint into the air, and not only that, it can the perseverance of the car is quite amazing, so you can use it for a long lifespan, comparing to the petrol-driven automobiles. And because of that, I considers different factors than just the functionalities itself, such as the appearance, the options. And I was really amazed because, given the fact that this kind of industry was just in its early stage, but it still had so many option that was available for the consumers, such as the color. I'm a big fan of the cobalt. So
okay, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Okay, great. Yeah, I think you did very well. Yeah, you maintain your fluency very well. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, dude, I just did my best.
Yeah, great. I think your answer is great.
Oh, yes. Thank you. And yes.
But the thing is,
can you ask me two questions first? Two questions in part 3 first,
okay,
and then you can give me the general feedback.
Okay. So, what kind of invention can be used at school?
Oh, let me think about that. What is a useful invention for school? I believe this day and age we are living in a technology-induced changes era, I must say, and because of that, then the appliances that provide the ability to work online, it should be considered as a top-notch inventions, and one of which could be the interacting board, and which is an item that let the teachers have some interaction with the students, even they are studying abroad, or they are studying far away from the classroom. Why I think about this invention? Because my biggest dream is that to be able to teach, to provide education in the remote areas, such as in the mountainous villages, and in those kind of areas, the only thing they can have may be the mobile phone, so they can study online with the interaction board of the teacher at the school, and thanks to that, they can be well educated, as well as the student who's studying at the classroom.
Great. Do you think AI will replace human teachers, and why?
I believe that even though that human being possesses certain qualities which is superior to the AI, definitely AI will replace some laborious or mundane tasks, such as giving the feedback or like mocking the score. Even these days, I just come across a wonderful AI application named Elsa Speak, which provide the user a wide range of feedback, ranging from giving the score for their pronunciation and some suggestion on the way they should work on their speaking skills. And because of that, I believe that even though that the role of the teacher in any society is indispensable, considering the ability to sympathize and motivate the student to move forward. There's certain tasks that sooner or later will be replaced by man-made AI appliances.
Okay, great. Do you feel comfortable explaining to me?
Explain about what?
Do you feel comfortable when you explain these questions to me?
Explain this question.
Yeah, these questions to me. Like, no, do you feel comfortable answering these questions?
I just answer it without thinking much, I must say.
Yeah. I think that should be the purpose of our section. Yeah, to feel flexible. Yeah. Actually, I think that you did very well. Yeah.
Thank you.
To be honest.
Actually, just did my best, but I was really impressed by the wide range of vocabulary that you used, and also like the
you use a wide range of vocabulary.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't use even once.
No.
Name one. I just
No, I'm not saying that you use academic or fancy words, but you use a wide range of different vocabulary. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's just you the very basic. No,
not.
Words.
You think it's basic, but it's not basic. Yeah. I'm sure. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
So my comment is in part 2. There was a part when you say, oh my God, it slipped my mind.
That's why you need to type down.
The question is describe an invention that has changed the world. Yeah, but at the beginning of your answer, it seems very personal to you when you bought a VinFast car. Yeah, and then it takes you like half of your answer before getting me into knowing how it has an impact on the world. Yeah, like reducing carbon emissions, something like that. Yeah. So I think that it's a great idea to give out your personal opinion, but you shouldn't let that part to be the main part of your answer. Yeah. Okay, but anyway, your answer is very good. Your answer is very well connected, very well organized. Yeah, from one sentence to the next. Yeah, don't feel ashamed of that. This is this is what I'm really thinking. Part 3, I think part 3 is the question number 3. What kind of invention can be used at school? It was great, but the word that you used, I was not very. It was kind of obscure for me. What was the word? Like, what was that invention? Automobile.
Interaction. I hopefully that I remember correctly. Interaction board. This one?
Interaction board.
Yeah, interaction board. Actually, I should say the interactive board.
Interaction board.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know this word. Interaction board.
We should use the word interact. Still have interaction. But interactive board is the more popular word. So
Interactive board.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, I like.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me see.
So yeah, please proceed.
Okay, I got it. So can you explain to me the functions of this board?
Oh, so shame for me. Okay, so this is the name itself does sense the personality of it. So first of all, it is you will be able to interact with the ball by touching physically onto the screen of the ball, and then you can move the object virtually from one side to the other side, which will create kind of visual images. And because of that, the students will be more engaged in your lessons.
But it seems to me it is like a screen, right? It's just like a large touch screen.
Yes, right? I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, so can you like compare it with traditional whiteboard?
The first and foremost, I believe that it will be more visually attracting because like the teacher can move the objects in the real time. Yeah, visually attractive. The teacher can move the object on the screen from one side to the other side, which is inconceivable for the traditional whiteboard. The second will be more colorful, and because of that, then the student is gonna be more engaged in the lessons. Last but not least, as I was mentioned before, like teaching online does need the interaction between the teacher and the students. When we use the interactive board, the student will be able to see the movement of images, which in turn will keep their attention at the screen of that mobile phone or tablet. Also, instead of looking around and considering what else can be more interesting.
But would students be able to interact with the board? Would they be able to control the board? Or just teachers?
As far as I know, then at the moment the technology couldn't meet that demand. But in the future, I believe that technology can shorten that distance. So, for example, the student can stay at their home and interact with the ball on their mobile phone screen, and then the signal from their mobile phone will be transmitted to the interactive ball.
I got it. They have remote access to the board, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. Yeah, so I think that normally like a customary whiteboard is pretty time consuming, because when you want to, a student to interact with you, you got to call that student to go on the board and then jot down. Yeah, it takes a lot of time. And you know that in a class, time is really valuable.
Yeah, yes.
So this is like screen, students can access them remotely, control them remotely, which is really convenient, and it shows images and videos constantly. And we all know the fact that images and videos have better effect on education than text.
Text only. Yes.
Yeah, great. All right. Okay, so I think that's it, right? That's it for today.
Yes.
Do you feel better when you speak with me?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, I always feel better talking with you all the time.
Yeah. I don't want to make any stress, any
no, I don't.
sometimes like, because I want to feel very comfortable speaking the language. Yeah, I don't want having a lot of stress. it's gonna damage our fluency.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay.
Yes.
That's great. So
So
I think that's all for today.
that's
So
all for today. Yeah, and then let's get
let's call
ready.
it a day.
What? No, not yet. Not yet. We still have the afternoon, evening. Too much for calling a day.
No, for today's section, not
For
for
today
our
only.
day. Yeah.
Yeah, but not for our day. So right. So yeah. Let's get ready for our test. When will you take the test?
I don't know. As soon as I feel, confident with every single question. Yeah.
Really, in the forecast.
Not exactly in the forecast, but
Any question that you confront
yeah,
that
in
you
any
are
question.
able to.
Yeah. Like I need to have like a strategy to deal with it. To deal with every single question. It's not about like questions in the forecast. Yeah.
So it's mean
Yeah.
like you aim for 8 or 9 in speaking
No,
skills.
no.
Well,
Oh my
no.
God.
No.
I need to feel.
Chú
I need
đùa
to feel ready.
tôi.
No. That is not my aim. If you
Not your
aim
aim.
for a really high score, you put a lot of a lot of expectation on yourself, and you will eventually mess up. Yeah.
Okay. So just like you are working and practicing to until the point that you feel confident confronting every question that you you have to cope with. Then that's the time that you decide to take the test.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm practicing different topics. I don't practice the IELTS question forecast. Yeah. So I want to feel comfortable speaking different words using different collocations according to different topics. Yeah. So I think that is the only way to make me feel ready in the IELTS
for the
exam.
test. Yes, for the IELTS. Yeah. I do believe that is a very promising strategy. So let me know that when you are about to get ready, and then we can focus together to realize it.
So next time, can we try different questions, like deal with like 3 or 4 topics? Yeah.
At a time.
At a time.
I'm not sure about you. I'm not sure about you, but to me, like I will. The thing that I will focusly do is that I just work in certain topics very deeply.
No, yeah, I know that.
Yeah, you want to talk wide range of topics, right?
I know we already have enough vocabulary and expressions for those topics. Yeah.
No,
and the only thing we lack is practice. The only thing we lack is practice. Yeah.
So maybe that's your maybe that's what you think. So if you want to practice something deep, then you can practice with me. And then if you want to practice broad, you can ask someone else more, like Phương, Me, Hiếu, like those guys are very like
okay
broad-minded.
Okay,
Yeah,
I got it.
Yeah, please like I'm just kind of at the moment, because like I want to focus on the like understand certain topics, because I not like what you think, but the vocabulary that I have in certain topics is really like not enough, insufficient. For example, technology is the thing that I'm not good at all. I really struggle to produce certain words in technology.
Okay, I will send you a video that will change your mind. Okay.
Really? What video can change my mind?
Okay.
That's very persuasive video. Okay, I'll watch it.
Let's end this. Okay.
Okay.
I will send
See you later.
But see you and have lunch.
I'm still hearing. But what? You intend to say something?
No. Have lunch.
No. Okay. See you later.
Okay. See you.
See ya.